business department at Washington High School.
All right. Keep going.
About standardized testing.
Yes.
Well, one of the concerns that I have with the current standardized testing, the multiple choice testing, is that it doesn't seem to be a valid assessment of what students have learned and what they can do. It can be a little bit offensive to teachers because there's not a value placed on real teaching and on real learning when you come to these tests. So as a teacher, you go through all sorts of teacher training programs where you learn about Bloom's taxonomy and synthesis and analysis and critical thinking skills, and that's what students need to be able to do. We are all tasked with this mission of preparing students for the 21st century. But when they get to these standardized tests, these multiple choice tests, those aren't really assessing the deeper levels of thinking at all. It's all surface level, and I think that's unfair a little bit. It doesn't really do an accurate job.
A little bit like what Mr. Elkin said, unfair, right? Unfairness.
Yeah, because it doesn't really assess what students know or know how to do. There's all sorts of skills that we're tasked with teaching students and preparing students to be able to do. And those skills really aren't assessed in the standardized tests. The standardized tests assess students' ability to perform well on a multiple choice test. The test-taking strategies is huge.
In your opinion, what would you think would be the top 3 skills to students? Obviously, there would be more, but in your opinion, top 3 skills students would need in life that the STAR testing does not give them?
Well, like I said, analysis, to take information and analyze it. Synthesis, to take multiple points of information and bring it together, and then build on the analysis, be able to analyze it. I want to say that if you're only giving me 3, then another one would have to be teamwork, being able to work in a team, function in a team. It's a lot of what we do in the classroom. Try to do group projects. It's a huge push in the education system, but that's not reflected in the values of the standardized testing. It's all individual regurgitation of information, and that's great depending on the career that you're going to enter. But again, it doesn't show whether or not that you can work in a team and actually get something done, create something, produce something. It just shows whether you've memorized some facts.
Learn how to fill in some bubbles, right?
Yeah, it's very, again, very surface level. And there are some advantages to that for sure. I don't think that the whole system needs to be thrown away and is totally useless. I mean, there is that component that if I were to redesign the assessments, I would include a few multiple choice tests. I think because of the costs of grading those assessments, basically.
Right.
But for myself, as a teacher, I almost never do multiple choice exams because I don't like multiple choice exams. I don't think they're really valid assessments of what students have learned.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Briano.